What's going on YouTube? It's George again, making my videos back to back now, and just was doing some more work on Todd's Death Company over there, letting some stuff dry up, and decided why not I knock out my bases for my War Machine Retribution War group, and just want to do a how-to video of how I did it. I mean, you can buy really nice scenic bases. I decided I wanted to try to knock out these, and if you like these, I'll show you how to make them. Pretty much you can see that there's got some tile here. You can't really make out the brick pattern, but it's a brick pattern tile. Some green flock and these rocks, and pretty much I'm just gonna spray them white, and then I got the grass in there just to act as sand. I mean, you can use sand, but I'll show you what I use to do this. Pretty much you're gonna need an X-Acto knife, sharp blade, be careful. Make sure it's a new one because that really helps. You're going to need some sort of tape. I got this Tamiya masking tape here. You're going to need something to do for the rocks. This is from a Gale Force 9 set that I got. These rocks work really well. And then I had some old GW grass laying around, so I'm using that for my sand, but you can use sand by itself. These bases, I mean, you can do this for 40K, or you could do this for War Machine or any other game. I used the small bases, I completed those, but I'm going to work on my heavy Myrmidon base. And we'll go into the first step. First step, if you have a slotted base, first make sure to tape it off. This one's not slotted, so it's going to be fine. But make sure you tape off that slot so you don't have to worry about any of the tile or anything like that. Second step, which I've done already, is you're going to want to trace on the back of the plastic card. And here's the plastic card that I use. You can see the brick pattern really well now. You're going to want to find something that's the same diameter as this circle here. Pretty much I used the bottom of one of my paint pots and it worked out fine. And I went over here and I traced this circle. And that's the first step. Next step is going to be to cut it out. So as soon as I get that done, I'll get right back to you. Alright, so I just finished cutting off the circle here. So now you can see it's a good circle. It'll fit right inside. And you could actually stop here if you wanted. You could just glue it on. Maybe grab a little bit of sand, a little bit of rocks, place it in different areas. Maybe I have like a little tower coming up, you know, depending on what you want to do. But I'm going to keep going. Pretty much the next step is going to be going through the brick pattern and then just cutting out with the lines with the sharp X-Acto knife, being really precise, and then cutting out a little design like so. So then it looks like some of the bricks have been torn up, maybe it's overgrown or something like that. So now I'm going to go through and cut those lines out. Maybe sometime it's better if you just go in with a pin first to show where you want to go, but you know, it's just simple enough to just to cut through. So I'll knock that out and we'll get back to you. Alright, so I just went through and I cut up a bunch of pieces here so you can see how the circle, how it was, and then the pieces that I cut out. And so now I really have, I have two options. By doing this, I have actually made two different, or even 4 different ways that I can base this. I could just take this one piece, I could put it on here, move it over to the corner, and then I could just have that and the rest of it could be grass. Or, you know, take the 3 pieces here, put it on. Let me do this real quick. Sorry, this is taking a little bit longer than I thought. But you get the idea. You know, I could put it like this, with that other piece down there. Sorry for that bright glare. You know, I can do something like that. But what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take the big piece and I'm going to glue that on there. I like how much tile there is, and I think that'll look really good. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to trim up the little edges here, make sure that everything looks nice and crisp. And then as soon as I get that glued on, I'll get back to you guys and let you know what's next up. Alright, so here we go, got it all glued on there, ready to go. One thing I didn't say in the beginning of the video is that other items you're going to need is going to be trusty super glue. I use this Gorilla Glue here. The nozzle's not that tight. It's got a wide opening, so usually what I do is I put my glue onto like a piece of plastic here, and then I just use a toothpick and I spread it where I need it. But you guys can do what you do. Anyway, So that's what I use, and then you're also going to need some Elmer's glue, and that's what we're actually going to need for this next step. The next step is I'm going to take this Elmer's glue, I'm going to mix it 50-50 with water, and then I'm going to use an old paintbrush, another thing I probably didn't say to have in the beginning of the video. And then we're going to spread that in the areas where we're going to want to put your sand or your flock. So pretty much I'm going to spread that glue out real quick, and then I'm going to put the flock on, and then once that's dry, we'll go to the next step. Okay, so the glue is dried, and honestly I like having just like a little bit of the grass, or it's going to be gravel, out on the side here. So the next step is to add the rocks, and that is easy as just putting a couple of drops of super glue wherever you like, and then taking the gravel and placing it on. So I'll knock that out real quick. And just like that, we're good to go. So that was really quick. That was just putting different little dabs of super glue everywhere, put the gravel on. And there are my scenic bases. Really easy. Nothing much to it, just finding some plastic card that has a pattern on it that you like. There was some square tile, but it wasn't like an alternating square tile, so it was just looked like a grid. I wanted something more of like a brick pattern where they're kind of interlaced, and it looks a lot nicer for me. It's really easy. If you guys have any questions at all about how I did this, just feel free to put a message in. And if there's any tutorials that maybe you guys would like to see, I know I did a Eldar jet bike conversion a while ago, and then I also did the Myrmidon video just yesterday. So I'm looking to do a lot of how-to videos while I'm doing whatever I am. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. And again, look for us on Facebook, Columbus Gaming Group, and also the website, scatteredice.blogspot.com. And tomorrow, Kevin and I are going to be doing some test games with War Machine, and if we get the hang of it enough, I might do a turn-by-turn game with my 15-point force of War Machine. So we'll talk to you guys hopefully tomorrow. We'll see you.